Last time, on Curse of Groban, Revengeance, the party, having finally delved into the dark of the Amber Temple, began exploring its secret labyrinth ways and learning some strange things here and there that someone that once called this place their home perhaps built my castle, though attempting to find any plans to it, they were gone. Um, as they settled in for a little rest after some combat encounters, Elena was called to by a voice deep below. She followed the little orb of light and made a deal for power so that she could return her lost kingdom to her and her lord once more. And in exchange, all she had to do was kill little old me. And good luck with that one. Thereafter, their rest having been complete, they began exploring more of this place, being tempted by some of the other creatures trapped within the amber, though none of them taking the bait. It seems like they're smarter than I give them credit for. They then fought a little amber golem, though not quite so little, and found the apprentice of a dead wizard. Not before squeezing some secrets out of him. They then finally found the treasure room, and that's where we're going to pick it up. So, you guys had finished going through all of the respective piles, with quite a bunch of some things valuable, others not so valuable, some questionable, like a child-sized casket. And you found that there was an amber golem in this room that was invisible, which I believe... Did you dispel the invisibility, or
Yes.
was it just that one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was dispelled.
So currently seems immobile. And there's also some cracks in the wall that seem to lead to the north, but after discussing amongst yourselves who can carry what and how much of what are y'all doing?
I think we're loading shit into the chariot and moving it up out of the temple.
Okay.
No shit.
I'm carrying
Just enough
most
for me
of
to
the
carry.
shit in the bag of holding.
Yeah, not shit. Again, we have not found the bathroom yet.
True, not shit. Like actual coins and treasures and so forth.
Yeah, the stuff that won't fit in the bag of holding, we're putting in the chariot and then we're moving it out.
Also, quick note for Elena, tricks are just as fun as treats.
Tricks are for kids.
I mean, sometimes it's just both.
True.
So something the two aren't mutually exclusive.
Fair enough.
I don't know, one time this neighbor didn't give me any treats, so I blew up their house and said, "That's a trick for you."
Really, Donson?
I want
No
to
wonder that neighbor of yours had a fire.
I don't know if that's sort of crime with that be. It's not.
That was not
arson.
in character.
Yeah, that's why I said.
It'd be
your
funnier if it
neighbor.
was. Oh,
Yeah, you remember when
Yeah,
it was
wait,
like,
wait,
yeah, my
wait.
neighbor's house burned down?
I gotta go find when the original message for that was. Was that on Halloween?
I don't know.
I'm never finding that.
Back our little arsonist.
Oh no, fire's cool, man.
There's always cool.
Especially in the frozen north.
But yeah, so what you're loading it into the chariot, and what isn't being loaded into the chariot is going to be carried by.
Well, it's
Neil?
essentially anything that didn't get into the bag of holding is going into the chariot, and then we're pushing it out.
And
Yeah, I have some of the stuff. Oh, I have a couple of the things.
yeah, everything that was able to fit into the bag of holding, I've got in the bag of holding,
Including my share of the
including your
The gold.
share of the thing, but that's in its own little bundle.
yeah. While they're loading stuff into the chariots, could I try to listen around and see if there's any other signs of movement that we need to worry about?
Sure.
Like, listen out into the darkness and listen at the. I don't know. Are they like cracks that are big enough to like a person to fit through, or are they like tiny cracks?
Those cracks, you feel like you'd be able to. Elena and Ziva could easily squeeze themselves through to go to the north.
It'd be difficult
Apollo-
for the wings.
Because of the wings and because you have, like a little bit of a heavier armor, Neo's got a bigger, wider build, so I'd say that you could make it through, but you'd have to make an athletics check. But you said you listening to the north or just listening in general?
While they're loading stuff into the chariot, I'd go and listen into the dark down here, and then also listen at the cracks up there.
All right, so make me 2 perception checks.
Okay. First one to the south. Sure. Okay.
Oh shit! I don't have my book.
Let's go.
Gimme. There it is.
And the other one to the north. Let's go.
Hey,
Oh,
you
that's
got all the luck today.
okay.
I just heard Vecna reattach his hand. Let's go.
Yeah, you did. From the south, as you perceive beyond the clinking of coins and shifting of objects being loaded into the chariot and the general breathing and noises of your friends, you listen out into the long dark of the Amber Temple, and you very faintly hear what sounds like soft suede shoes walking along the marble floor. A single pair in no particular rush coming from that direction.
Can I tell, like, if it's moving closer or further away? Or kind of staying in the same area?
Sounds like it's coming this way. If you can see that. arrow.
I would motion for everyone to quiet down. And and I close the doors except for a crack. Because I think they
Okay.
were closing and opening pretty quietly.
They were.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I try to motion for Donson to like go to the side so the light's not going out.
I mean, technically
As
it's not
directly.
actual light, but it's just thematic light. But yeah, I'll do that.
Oh right, that's just like the limit of. Yeah. Okay. But like keep an eye out the crack, I guess.
And all right, you would hear the shuffling eventually stop in and around the area of where you remember the pillar. Sorry, not the pillar. The statue of the cowled wizard to be within the northern central portion of this chamber. And you would hear, because you rolled crazy high. What languages do you speak again? Sorry that I have to like ask every time.
Fizzle, Common, Elvish, Gnomish, Goblin, Primordial, Sylvan, Celestial.
All right. So you would hear, just because I want to do this for flavor, Domine secretorum exaudi Orationem miem, which you would know to be celestial, and would roughly translate to "Hear my prayer, O Lord of Secrets."
Uh, whoever would be closest to me once we stopped. Guys, there's someone out there praying to the statue.
They're praying for,
Whoever they are,
keeping her voice down.
they've picked the wrong god.
Never mind that, but at the moment, what are they praying for?
It didn't sound like the apprentice's voice, right?
No.
And they're wearing soft suede shoes.
Probably
So,
a necromancer
rich.
of some sort.
Should we do something while we know where he is instead of waiting till we're trying to take stuff out?
Yeah. He's down to take down a necromantic worshipper of the god of secrets.
You would hear him say, continuing the prayer, "Dux esto scientarium profanorum," which would be my guide to knowledge most profane.
Yep, sounds like a necromancer.
So we're killing him?
Yeah.
Right.
The evil
Who's
must be
first?
purged.
Great. Who's first?
I cast Shillelagh on my staff and kick the door open.
As she does that, I use an action to activate Radiant Soul.
Let me-
Just watch.
Okay. I'm just watching.
I mean, yeah, they're both taking point.
Great. So then the doors swing open.
The doors would swing open. Give me a moment.
Would I get movement or would we get movement or would it
Oh
be?
god, that's a lich.
Oh, that's a red wizard. That's a red wizard lich.
Sure. I'll say, yeah. You can get movement.
Yeah, that was 5 feet.
To about. No, I'm gonna stick myself here.
All right. Yeah, so I mean, if you're just running right into it, let's get this going.
Oh, me and Ziva got a roll off.
First.
Oh no, it's a named lich. It looks like he goes before me from that modifier.
Oh, this initiative count 20. Is this his lair?
Guys, this is actually Vecna we're fighting.
Avatar Vecna.
Vec bring to
Examther.
Alrighty.
Wayne, but that's a little much.
He should be before me, I think, in the initiative, Dylan. 'Cause he has a +3.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. He, as you would all come running out, wreathed in the light of Lathander, he would slightly recoil, and yeah, hold on. He would just scream at you, Savientes! Which you would know would mean intruders. Neo, you're up.
Is he getting ready to attack?
Yep. And he just called for reinforcements.
No.
Oh, he shouted
If he looks
intruders.
like he's getting ready to attack, or if he's just shouting that.
He shouts it, and like, I guess, yeah, he would take a defensive stance.
Hmm.
But he does not immediately go to cast anything because
It is not his turn.
it's not his turn, yeah.
All right. As I guess I approach, I ask, "Who are you?" As I'm moving towards him.
Okay. You just walk right up to him.
Yeah.
He would switch to common. I am known as Exthanter. And you, mortal?
My name is Neo then, and I'll pull out the spear, and I'll say, "If you mean us harm, or anything of the sort, you will fall here." No,
Threats from an intruder within my own abode, you seal your fate.
sorry. What did I say? I forgot what I said.
Said that if he means you any harm, he would fall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he said threats from an intruder within my own abode, you've sealed your fate.
Okay. Then I shall swipe not only once but twice. And
Don't forget your rage.
he's very clearly some kind of caster, right?
Yeah.
I would not rage. Although I will reckless.
Yo.
Let's go.
Barbarian.
Okay.
Don't have
Anger.
brutal critical though, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he has those smites.
You know what happens.
I know what happens, yeah.
Is he as obviously undead looking as the token is?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Okay.
Well, I was kind of wondering because this guy's named. Maybe there was something that we could do, but the numbers, the 20, it has to happen.
I mean, you don't have a choice at that point.
I cannot do anything besides this. This is just how it goes.
Yeah.
Funny smite.
Oh boy.
Those numbers aren't that
Oh.
good.
One shot him?
I doubt it.
Uh,
47.
47.
61? I think.
yeah, 61.
Did you add on the radiant for being undead?
I mean, it's
Oh,
a third level.
Yeah, but it does an
Yeah.
extra D8. It does an extra D8 if they're undead.
No, I mean, third level, it would be, what, 4 or 5d6? Or 5, yeah, 5d8. As I forget. But I think it's correct. Yeah, it's a 4d8, then a plus 1d8, 5d8.
Okay.
And the second attack is no smite.
So the
And
second attack would hit him, but after receiving such a massive hit like that, a shimmering arcane veil would appear just before your spearhead would strike.
Smart. Very well. And that'll be the end of my turn. And I'll be back in a mere moment.
Okay. All right. So I'll look at his sheet for this at the end of your turn. He is going to. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Well, I mean, he doesn't know that he can pass it, but it is what it is. He's gonna try and paralyzing touch Neo. Bad rolls.
He has advantage for.
He reckless, yeah.
Oh, he did reckless. That's right. Right, because he doesn't have to rage to reckless. Okay. No. Abysmal. Alrighty.
Plus
Uh,
12.
Let's see. An initiative count 20.
I have chicken that's cooling off.
Is that for me?
Yeah, it missed. I know.
Yeah.
You would watch as the yeah. All right, yeah, he'll do that. You watch as like the low sort of like shimmering mist along the ground of this chamber that is kind of like there as an effect of the cold. From it, spirits would begin to rise and take human form as they surround Neo, sort of like flitting around him at first, and then reaching out and grasping him. Because this doesn't get added to the thing, I'll just post it. This is a layer action. So I need you to make a con save, Neo.
Holy shit.
Okay, so half as much. So
29.
half of the 29.
I will Stone's Endurance it.
Okay.
And, 11. So 17, 18? How much?
18. 18.
Alrighty. Going past initiative count 20. Ziva, you're up.
It is actually my turn because I won the roll off.
Oh, you did. Donson.
Not really looking at Neodon because disapproving trying to negotiate with something that is clearly undead. And worshipping
And
Vecna.
praying to Vecna.
Yeah. We're gonna have a talk later. I go up and cast Sunbeam. Which he has disadvantage on.
Me too, right?
Yeah, if you're undead, you have disadvantage on this.
Well, shit.
That's only
But
if you're
it's a
caught in
line
it.
attack.
Yeah, only if you're caught
Okay.
in it.
Whew. All right. Oh, that's right.
I aim for Ziva.
On save.
Yeah, you get all three of us instead of.
Alright, he takes half damage and isn't blinded.
Alrighty.
The
Which
half of a Half of 42. 21.
42 is 21. Okay.
All right, and I'm gonna be right back because I gotta scarf down some chicken before it completely cools off.
Man, everybody fucking leave. No.
But the funny thing is now the layer action's going to get the person leaving again.
No, right? The layer actions only happen on initiative count 20.
Yeah. I meant legendary
Oh, yeah.
because he like did the touch on Neo.
He could cast a cantrip. So, yeah, why not?
Cantrip?
He'll cast a cantrip.
Cantrip?
He's gonna. I think. Does the range spell attack work the same as ranged attacks, where it's disadvantage if you have someone within 5 feet?
I believe it.
I remember at this point.
I can pull it up real quick if you want. Range attacks and close combat.
Yeah, if it's spell attacks too.
Range. Yeah, with a weapon, a spell, or some other means, you have disadvantage on the attack roll if within 5 feet.
All right, I'll try and shoot a little ray of frost at Donson. I don't think the 17 would hit. Only he had advantage.
Sorry, it's just that I'm getting my food. But if I take another damage, just reduce my health, Kenku. Feel free to.
Okay. Yeah, that was at Donson. Ziva, you're up.
Paulison.
Paulison, yeah.
Advantage from flanking. 1, 2. Only one of those hits.
Yeah, the 27 will hit.
And I would like to make that a stunning strike.
9 slashing.
Con save.
And yeah, he's gonna make a con save.
Alright. And bonus action, you spend another key point for Flurry of Blows. And dang, they all miss.
Unfortunately, as that arcane shimmer in front of him is just tanking the fists, or well, the claws in this case, not able to find purchase upon his actual body. He has no more legendary actions. Is that it for your turn?
That is it.
Alrighty. On his turn.
All right, an entire chicken breast has been consumed.
He will raise his hands as you see arcane energy beginning to collect upon like the tips of his elongated nails, and then he would just throw his hands down as it like washes out across the floor all around you, and like this brief, you'd feel like this almost like chilling effect, but not a skin chilling. Like you'd feel it within your soul, as he would say, "Orintor custodes adamant," which those of you that speak Celestial, you would hear him say, "Rise, guardians of adamant," as
Good.
the two statues in the southern, southwest, and southeast alcoves would jump off of their pedestals and come to life.
Ooh.
And then he would turn to mist and pop over here.
Do they get attacks of opportunity against the mist? Or is it Misty Step?
It is Misty Step.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like the vampire thing.
No,
Where
no,
they're
no.
like a
He's
mist
not.
creature.
No, he's not a vampire. And then I'm gonna. These
Vampire
guys
Witch,
will
oh no.
go next turn. I'm just gonna roll them in real quick.
How did he look, by the way?
Strangely, even though he has received a massive amount of damage, his decaying physical form does not look any worse for wear.
But he
So
is
it looks
taking
like-
the damage.
Yeah, did it look like he's just ignoring all damage, or does it look like he's just still okay?
He. How would I put this without. You're definitely hitting him, and it seems as though he is physically taking the damage in the sense of like he's getting struck and he's like recoiling from being struck, but his body's not showing any signs of it.
Oh. It's like when he says ow, but he wasn't actually hurt. It's like when you stub your toe. You need to put me back, or him back ahead of me.
Yes, yeah.
Follow.
Yeah, let me just do it this way. Yeah. Apollo's still ahead of you, and then yeah, he'll be ahead of Elena. And then I'll go down to him.
Oh shit.
But that is all he does. But I will say that this one that rolled a 9 is not going to act this turn because it just like came in.
Did I
meant
get
for
back
them-
just as soon as you skipped my turn?
No,
No.
I didn't. No, I didn't skip your turn.
He had to reorder. He had to sort the
Oh, okay.
initiative again because he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
these statues were animated
Yes.
by the lit.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but that one will be next turn. But that is it for him, Elena.
Okay. Okay. Let me measure something real quick because I was not expecting. Um. Yeah, so I would like to slam the staff down and use it to cast a spell.
Oh.
It has to be 10. Second. So it'd be like that. So like kind of cutting off his escape somewhat, and then those two would be in the wall when it appears. So they would need to make dex saves.
Okay.
And not to linger.
And chocolate milk.
Okay. You can get rid of it.
I mean, it stays there. Did you
No,
draw
I
something
mean-
in the block?
You can kind of see it, right?
I can't see it with the ruler there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
But you said they both have to make deck saves, correct?
The two statues would need to make dex save.
Okay.
Unless they're immune to cold damage, in which case it doesn't really matter.
They would both fail, and no, they're not immune to cold.
Okay. Wall of ice. They both take 37 cold damage and are pushed to whichever side of the wall they choose.
Oh, they choose? Okay. Yeah, I guess
I think so. Wall cuts through creature space. Creature is pushed to one side of the wall and must make a dexterity. Yeah, I think they choose.
Alright, so this one will right there, and this one will there. They'll just get pushed out to the inside.
But should stop him from being able to misty step through it because you can't see through it. And I'm going to run up on him. Do I have anything for a second? Don't think so. Yeah, bonus actually I come to here. Bonus action Twilight Step. No, face up.
Face that?
Face up.
Okay.
So he takes 5 fire damage.
Fire damage. Okay.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, because his turn passed, he's got his things back. He's gonna try and touch you.
Oh, yeah, he touch.
You touch.
You do the touch. So I resist the cold.
Okay, so 5 cold, and then you get con save.
You got this.
I'm going to cut my hand before this save. Because I'm not good at these. Even with the +4, it's not gonna +d4, it's not gonna matter.
Alrighty. You are paralyzed.
Does paralyze drop concentration? No, I need to make the 2 saves
Makes
still.
it incapacitated. Incapacitated. As it loses concentration.
Paralyzed creature is incapacitated, yes. Incapacitated does not make you lose concentration.
Yes, it does.
Any incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. Is the only thing incapacitated.
Yeah, it doesn't say that, but it says it in
Concentration.
spells.
Look what the concentration is.
Casting a spell, concentration. Yep, being incapacitated. Yep.
For some reason, they don't include it in incapacitated.
Dylan, your hard work on the wall. Get rid.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. That guy, he doesn't act this turn because he just spawned in. We'll come back to the next one. Neo, you're up.
Sick. Just can reach here. And well, now that the Goldens are around, kind of have to rage. Otherwise, those big beefy hits are going to really hurt.
Yeah.
So I'll do the funny rage, and I shall strike this little guy. How's he looking, by the way? After those 2 hits, well, 1 hit.
So as I said to them earlier, it seems as though the damage has been taken in the sense is like he is recoiling from the damage, but his body looks no worse than when the fight started.
No worse.
I mean, he is a decaying corpse of a humanoid, but well, undead
Yeah.
technically, but yeah.
But it's
Oh,
not
he's
like the
responding
body
to
is
the
showing any
info
damage.
not visible
The
on
body is not showing any damage for some
He
reason.
says ow, but he doesn't show the ow.
Yes, he says ow, but doesn't show the ow.
That could just be internal
Mhm.
injuries.
Could be.
Supposed to be
Yeah,
active.
he's actually has massive internal necrotic bleeding.
Yeah. But right now I'm raging, which means there's only one course of action. Swipe.
29 will most definitely hit.
And 28.
No point in him attempting to shield. Yeah, those are both hit.
Right. First one is 4. 26. Actually takes all those damage. Or 0 is, it takes none.
Alright. So after the first strike, you would watch as he kind of like tries to lean back out of the way of it, but doesn't lean far enough, and your spear finds purchase within his flesh. An amulet slowly kind of like swings out from under his robe, and you watch as the gem shatters. When it does, you all hear a distinct chime of a bell throughout the chamber's echo. And Donson, because you are the closest to it, you would watch as the statue of the Dark God, the left hand, slowly turns white and crumbles to the ground.
Well, it's a good thing I'm below the right hand.
Yeah.
Alright,
All right.
so Vecna was taking damage for him, it seems like.
Something like that. But the second hit is for more? No, the same amount. 26.
26. Okay.
So it takes all of those.
It seems this time he does in fact take the damage.
Cringe. Alright. I have no more actions to take. End of turn.
Alrighty.
Huh.
Can he do? What can he do? I mean, it's a disadvantage, but sure. Or actually, no, it'd be a straight roll because you reckless. So he's going to shoot a little point blank ray of frost at you, or try to.
Gun. 30 misses.
Look! I rolled that earlier, so I just assumed that he wasn't gonna hit. Which I think you do resist the cold, so you would only take 12.
Very much so.
But your speed is
Alrighty.
reduced by 10.
This is true. And then we come to initiative count 20. Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna... you would watch as...
Oh shit.
You would watch as a collection of energy would coalesce towards his chest, and a dark necrotic tether would leach out and attach itself to Elena. And let me
Oh.
post this.
If it's strength or dex, I auto fail.
No, it is not.
Oh no.
We go on to the golem. The golem. He can move. He can move. Yeah, you're a more immediate threat to. Actually, that other one's closer to you. It's gonna come over to Ziva. And it is going to make 2 slam attacks. For a 20 and a 16.
Yeah.
I will use my reaction to boost her AC by 4, which I think will stop the 16, not the 20, unfortunately.
Yeah, it'll stop the 16.
Okay, alright. One of them, the first one, will slam down and hit you. However, when it goes to strike you with the other one, a divine shield saves you for the time being.
It's 2 dismembered spectral wings, which are the last pair of my seraphim wings. Which just
So they kind of
fade
like
into
curl in
existence,
front of her.
block it, and then fade from existence.
Cool. Alrighty. You're up.
That's the first time that actually worked. Every time I've done it, it's like that my AC is not high enough. If I do here, I can get the Lich and the Golem without getting my friends.
Well, you will get her one way or another.
If she fails to save, she makes these. Plus, I don't know what it does. I just know they're linked in some way.
Yeah.
Very true.
So yeah, Sunbeam, this motherfucker.
Alrighty. So let me roll for the golem first.
That's a fail. It's
Which
blinded.
fails. Is it also? Oh yeah, it does take the radiant soul, doesn't it? Okay.
Because that's part of a spell I've casted.
44.
I'm assuming no Neo friendship.
No, my friend. We're reaching the opposite side of that end.
I know. I mean, you're out here negotiating with liches.
Yeah, not quite negotiating, but yeah.
Alright, so it was a DC 18, so you failed. So on a failed save, the Lich takes half the damage.
The Lich
And the
still
target
needs
takes-
to make the save.
Yeah, the Lich needs to make his save. Because if he
Oh,
saves,
okay.
it's half before I take half.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
there will be a fourth for each.
All right, so yeah.
Only 11.
Elena takes half of half.
11 each.
11, yeah. Alright. And then he
shit.
takes.
I'm
out
out
of
temp HP.
And then there's a bonus action. I'm going to cast command. Wait, does this work on constructs? Or does it work on undead? Does not work on undead.
Does
Okay.
It's not working undead.
Yeah, I'll use this on the golem in front of Ziva. Point at the statue and say break.
Okay. And what does it have to make?
Wisdom save?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it is a
save.
wisdom save. Okay. Wisdom save on the stone golem. Is this a charm?
Doesn't say so.
Okay. Because if it's a charm, he's immune. But if it's not, then yeah, I'll have him make the wisdom save.
That's an embodiment of the law. Hopefully that will give
Yeah, but
Ziva an
like-
attack of opportunity, and it will deface the temple more.
So you told him to destroy it.
Actually, break.
A break.
Break it. Yeah, break it. Does he have to immediately move?
No,
or
he
is
has
that when
to
it?
do it on his turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to make sure. All right, but yeah, so he fails and he kind of like stops looking towards her, or well, looking in her general direction because it was blinded. Turns towards your voice, nods, and then just kind of stands there because it can't see what you want him to break.
it.
Yeah,
I completely forgot.
and I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It can't see, and it's not smart at all. So we're gonna see what happens on its turn, but
It might take
Yeah.
a break.
I mean, logically, it would try to break the closest thing to it or whatever.
yeah,
it's doing, yeah.
the closest thing that it remembers being there. But yeah.
Maybe
But
it'll
yeah,
break itself.
maybe who
but
knows?
fails if it's directly if it interprets it as directly harmful.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Ziva.
I mean, does it feel pain? Does it know if that's harmful to it?
I mean, it doesn't feel pain, but I think it would know.
Does it have a sense of self?
Hmm. Oh, hold on. I don't think it's gonna matter. That is hilarious. It had advantage on that save. 2 nat ones. That's yeah. But Ziva, you're up.
Oh no.
You can leave the reach of the golem without taking an attack of opportunity because it's blinded.
Unless that's blind.
Oh yeah, unless that was blind sense.
Or tremor sense, or
Tremor sense, yeah. It shouldn't. If it
Let's
does,
find
that'll be
out.
concerning.
if it does, be funny.
Deadly Fear, Avery.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna come for funny
The skeleton man.
advantage. And then I can come right back up. I know he's probably gonna try and attack me, but right, that was the wrong button. Here we go. And 1, 2.
So the first one will hit, and then he will once more apply that arcane shielding. Okay, so every time he takes damage, so it's not a lot of damage, but
2 to Elena.
If she
well,
fails
she's
the
got to make the
saves.
con save, yeah, if she fails.
Right.
Yep, fail.
Okay, so you would take 2, he would take 2.
How lucky are you feeling, Elena?
The
How hurt does Elena look?
not bloodied.
Okay. Then bonus action, flurry of blows. But first, I want to quickly double check funny thing. All right, do we want him prone? Yeah, let's see if we can make him prone. So, flurry of blows. I hope. Please hit. 2.
The 22 would miss, the 29 would hit.
All right, then with that one, I am gonna do topple.
Okay. For blows, you can topple. Dex save. All right, so he takes 2, she takes 2.
Still
let me-
fine.
Let me have him make the dex save. Yeah, he's gonna choose to succeed.
You... Great.
He not going down just yet.
And
I do like open hand.
Open hand's good.
I'm having fun with this one. And I'm going to come around this side for if and when Elena is able to attack on her side.
Okay. Xanther. What will he do? What will he do?
He actually wins a power word kill.
You know?
The joke character.
One at me and one at himself.
Yeah. I had a thing in mind here. Let me just double check. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. He gonna cast a spell.
Cloud kill.
And he's going to center it on himself.
Well, I got unfortunate news for him. We're immune to poison for the next hour or so. Because we're still under
He don't
the
know
effects
that.
of Heroes Feast. Yeah, he doesn't know that.
My God, you're right.
Yeah, how do I get that to stay?
You gotta change it to linger over on the measure menu. Like where you would change the shape. There's instant or linger.
Oh shit.
Okay.
You can draw a little fart cloud too.
Oh, I might have a fart cloud.
Beck was dead. I think Beck did it.
Right? Immune to poison and frighten, makes all wisdom saves with advantage.
Fart cloud.
Look at the fart cloud. Hell yeah.
Oh no, we're in the news!
Don't worry, that also has disadvantage against against sunlight, sunbeam.
But yeah, he'll put up the fart cloud. And I
Wait,
believe
everyone make performance checks so he thinks that it's working.
yeah. That'll be his turn. Elena.
My turn is skipped.
Oh well,
You make a wisdom save.
yeah. You make a
I'm making wisdom save at the end of my turn, which is my best save. Probably can't cut my hand. Oh, wisdom saves at advantage. Because of the Hero's Feast.
There it is.
Okay.
Is it wisdom? On the...
Oh no, it was con. I thought it was hold
Con,
Has
person.
he been rolling at
Paralyzing
advantage
touch
for
is con.
this whole time?
That's for the paralyzing. Oh wait.
Yeah, paralyzing touch is
Yeah,
con.
I'm
I swear.
paralyzed.
Oh,
Yeah.
The other one ends
Oh,
on
yeah.
initiative.
Yeah, the other
10.
one ends on initiative 20. Yeah. So it's a con. Sorry.
I don't suppose I can take that 17 in that roll.
If you did, oh,
Let's go. There's a 17 in that roll. Thank you for letting me take the 17, Dylan.
okay, all right. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was like, if you take a 17 in a row, wouldn't that just be a 17? I forgot you have a 1 modifier.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So you're no longer paralyzed. Let me put that on the Map layer.
He missed his turn to advantage insta-kill me.
With an auto
He
crit
did.
melee hit.
But then that goes... Yeah, auto crit, Vampiric Touch. At 9th level. That's my turn.
Okay. Stone Golem. Let me double check something with them. Yeah, I figured as much.
You can make it.
I don't. Where was it? It can make it. But it's. Yeah. It's gonna slam its foot down as a wave of energy washes out over Neo and Ziva.
I'll have advantage on this. From the Hero's Feast.
Please help, please, please. Please.
Nice.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And it is not the same as the Amber Golem. It cannot do that and then attack twice. So that is it for it. Yeah.
Good. All right. So when the hand got broken down, or this one, afterwards, all the other attacks didn't break more parts of it, right?
It has not.
He's not taking actual damage.
He's been taking actual damage since the hand has disappeared.
All right. I'll continue here just so the golem has 2 targets instead of 1. And I shall continue to smack away at this little bum until he falls off.
Not his little bum.
Slapping it. Whoosh.
That's a pad
20.
one.
That's a horrible.
20 hits? Yeah, because this thing would have worn off. So, yeah, 20 hits.
All right. For a total of 27. And a second smack on the other bum from the bum.
Okay. After the first one, he looks bloodied, and 18 just hits.
Wow. Really probably the worst rolls I ever rolled, and it's still hitting. That's impressive. 25.
25. Okay. I think he is, yeah, technically critical.
It's pretty hurt. Very good. That's it. No more.
All right. At the end of your turn,
Kenko, I am neutral good. I'm sorry, but the thing is still online, dude. You forgot to do it.
what?
The damage, having damage.
Oh, yes. So that is 2 times.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sorry.
Right, because we hadn't got back to 20 yet. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
I am cutting my hand on both of these.
Okay.
I'll roll 3d4 real quick.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Take
boost
5
his
damage.
health back up.
Well, if I
yeah.
don't
Well,
see,
yeah.
Sorry, Bean.
the first one passes.
Okay, so he would have taken the full damage for
That's
that.
an 18, which I think is the DC. So I think
That is the DC. Okay. All right. So then he is still critical.
Very good.
Alrighty. But yeah. So at the end of your turn, I think it applies to them too. Yeah. I mean, it's
Unless they're immune to poison. Oh no, the golem. Never mind.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. He's gonna do that.
20 feet of the lich. DC 20. Con save.
I'm the
I'm
only one affected.
Yeah, you're immune to it.
Hey yo!
Cutting my hand real quick.
Okay, you're. So you take half.
17, 1 under.
So you take full, and then Ziva's. Alright, so then I gotta do the golems because this is non-undead creature, so. And they don't have anything
Constructs are
against
not undead.
necrotic. Yep. Con saves for them.
I'd argue that a flesh golem should be undead and a construct.
Okay. So what is it? 66.
66.
I would say it depends on how it was made for a flesh golem.
So Elena, you take
Uh,
29, and then
I am critical.
what is half of 29? 14. Yeah, you would take 14, Neo. And then both of them succeeded, so they take 14 apiece.
Can a stone golem take necrotic damage?
Apparently, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. So it says any non-undead creature. They're not undead. They're constructs. They have
They're not
nothing within
immune
their
to it.
stat block that would make them immune to necrotic. Now,
I look at the
Yeah.
token. They got plants growing on them. It's killing the plants that are a part of them.
I mean, they're
Yeah, I just
plus,
wanted to
there's
switch
like
up the token art.
magical energies or something that are powering them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did that art because the main stone golem one looks like an Aztec statue, which made 0 sense for this place. So
yeah.
It's
It works.
very I don't know, either Cholton or
probably
like
Chult.
Callum Shawn. I could see it being like Callum Shawn.
All right. So on initiative count 20.
I think that the tether goes
Okay.
away.
It does.
Yeah, the tether would disappear, and something happens. You're not quite sure what.
Something happens.
Stone golem.
Rocks fall, you die.
To break.
This
I believe
thing.
Strahd just dropped Castle von
No,
Yeah,
Schrodinger on us.
yeah, just drop the whole castle on you. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do this here. It's got to pass a perception of 10. It cannot see anything. You told it to break. I guess
I mean, it can hear
She's-
things.
it
No
can
one's
hear a
made it.
thing. Yeah, and you've commanded it, so it won't go to you. I think you're either one of
I'm-
you would be close.
I'm technically the closest if you had the measuring where it staggered it.
Yeah, so it'll come over here and
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Hindsight.
Got exactly
Looks
what I asked for.
That'll hit.
And
That will
that'll
miss.
miss. Is it? Boom!
I am. If the second attack hit, I would not be.
No, no.
Fuck.
Exactly what Johnson wanted.
Damn the
Yeah,
Comic-Con.
to kill
Celestial
Elena.
wouldn't have done that.
That's the golem's turn. Apollison.
All right.
You could try again
Do I
before
recognize this
bl-
individual Exancer as a lich?
What would that be? Because I mean, like Elena would definitely know because she has the favorite enemy undead. So I mean, like that's almost a given for her. I'd say, would it be an Arcana or a religion check?
Feels like Arcana for a lich to me.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Fuck.
I mean, mummy, I would say makes more sense for religion.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could. I mean, you're in a temple dedicated to Vecna. This guy's undead and he's a spellcaster. Lich is a fair assumption.
Which is a fair assumption.
All right, I'll
I think so.
It is.
move here.
Might even be lowballing it.
No, I'll stay there. But I'll fly up a good 15 feet and call out to Xantar and and start charging up a sunbeam. It's like, well, this will be the last time you see the sun. And the last time you will exist in the realm of mortals. Oh, I might catch Ziva. Shit.
It'll either catch me or Ziva.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
damn
5
it,
feet
Ziva's
wide.
there. Okay, I gotta move here then.
I have more health. It's okay. It's okay to catch me.
Okay, yeah, fine. I'll catch Ziva then.
Or maybe you just really want to put me down.
Um,
I mean, you already took damage.
your phylactery is going to be destroyed before you can reform, and I unleash the sunbeam, catching Ziva, unfortunately. But
I gotta ask, because the spell's already up. He can't counter it, can he?
No.
It would have had to be at the casting.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, on his turn, he could have dispelled it.
Could've.
I still make it.
you make it,
Yeah.
you take half damage and not blinded.
I get a little fried, but I'm fine.
Just a little fried.
54 points of damage, 27 to the half rounds.
Up to you. Yeah, if you only went up 15 feet, I think it catches the golem.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go up high enough to where like,
Yeah.
I could do it at a down angle between the golem and the.
So you would say that you would launch forth the beam, and those of you within close proximity, you would watch as like it begins to hit him, and just when it seems like that's it, he's going to literally be turned into ash. You would watch as a. Would it be familiar?
Death Ward?
Death ward.
Death word.
No. You would watch as a, we'll say in this case, a dark purple door would open, and he would sidestep into it and disappear.
Dementia Door.
Cool.
Yeah,
Would it
Dementia
look like
Door.
the door? Okay, I was gonna say because
Yeah,
me and Donson both have cast that. Well, I think technically Apollo cast it.
Donson.
But
also
from
experiences it.
Donson's perspective, you have just eviscerated this thing. The rest of you know better.
Alright, gotta find that fucking phylactery before we leave. If it's here at all.
Not dead.
You mean he's not dead?
Well, I mean, he was already dead
No,
before we fought him. To be
I'm
clear.
dead.
Technically undead.
Properly dead. He's not properly dead.
Oh, fuck.
He went through a door.
And I think, would that stay up? Let me double check something.
No,
I think
it's
it
a
does.
concentration check. I mean, technically, it should have.
Yeah, he should have rolled a few times already to keep it up.
Oh, the fog. Yeah. Well,
I mean, we're immune to begin
does it dissipate, or is it like fog cloud where it remains?
It
It moves 5 feet or 10 feet away from him every turn.
yeah.
Every one of his turns.
Yeah.
No, but,
And it'll sink to the lowest level of the land.
So I guess it
Once
would
the
have.
action is done, it evaporates. It doesn't continue after the concentration. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a concentration spell.
No, but we're saying when you're concentrating on it, it drifts 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh yeah, I
Oh.
forgot to move it. Well, it's only been.
Well, he hasn't had a turn since.
This is the
Yes.
first turn, so this would be the
Yeah.
moment that it moves.
Yeah,
But
then-
after Ziva's turn, it would have moved.
But he's got
Uh,
to
Good
make
point,
right.
because everybody's immune to it.
Right. Yeah, so I'll just say it goes away. It might have gone away sooner. That's my bad. I forgot
And it
that
looks
a
so
little
cool
bit.
though.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But we'll say it. Um, but yeah, was that it for Apollo?
No, seeing how hurt, I did hurt Ziva. I did hurt, well, and Elena is hurt a bit. Oh, Elena is very hurt. Never mind. It was Neo hurt at all?
Yeah, but not visually. I'm not below half yet.
I'll move 15 feet forward, keeping my altitude. And cast Mass Cure Wounds on
Okay.
the four of us. So 3d8 plus spellcasting. Oh, ignore that 13 radiant.
You take damage to get healed? No. Okay.
It's like the arrows.
As your divine balm salves their wounds. And then we will go to Ziva.
Can you use Master Wounds right now? Didn't you use your Sunbeam?
He activated it. It's still just up.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's
Mass
had
Cure
the
Wounds
spell.
is not an action. Is not a bonus action. Shit! I can't use Mass Cure Wounds. I'll use a 5th level Mass Healing Word instead.
Doesn't it just activate with Sunbeam?
No,
Is
I
it
have
a-
to use an action to use it.
No, yeah, it's using an action, not a
yeah,
bonus
it's-
action.
bonus
It's take 11 healing instead.
So you take 7 off of whatever you gave yourself earlier.
But the 2 golems are still in play.
L. This one we know is hurt. This one is not.
Did the golem that I clipped, is he did how much did they make the
Oh
con
my
save?
god, that clipped him. You're right. I'm so sorry.
Can't say.
That shouldn't be a disadvantage. They have advantage against, so it's a 22.
Okay, that he takes half damage.
Just
27,
so
it's
that
not
you know
wrong.
that I'm not bullshitting.
It's 37 for him.
Okay, thank you. After that, yeah, that this one is bloodied. This one, he's taken a little bit of damage from when the necrotic went off, but not much.
Focus on this one. Come up and
Alright.
around this way. That feels a bit far, but
One over, and you'll be flanking with Elena.
There.
Yeah, you had the movement.
and
Does it? Don't shoot him up.
Yeah, I mean,
She has to move it to run a circle around the thing.
if she wanted to, yeah.
I can
A step of
run
the wind to do it twice. Yeah.
Boxy too. You can run hell and back.
2,
Yeah, those will both hit.
pop, pop.
Okay. And
I
then,
do
yeah, they
wanna-
count magical for overcoming resistance of 14.
Yeah, and I do want to knock this guy prone.
Okay, she's got to make a deck save.
No, so I have to do flurry of blows.
Oh,
and
okay, gotcha.
At the end of that, I can, for the last one, I can knock him down 4. These fun thing. Okay. Flurry of blows.
I mean,
1,
it's
2.
you can do it on each of the.
Yeah, they.
No, I can impose 1 of the following effects on the target.
Whenever you hit with a flurry, whenever you hit a creature with an attack granted by your
Yeah,
flurry
yeah.
of blows.
Okay.
Both of those can do, yeah. But so
So
I'll have
then-
him.
I'll addle and then topple.
Okay, can't make opportunity attacks, and then so there's no save for that, and then and I'll do the save for the topple. He
And he fails.
fails. Damn, that's nuts because it doesn't specify size for that.
You can topple a fucking Tarask if you want to.
You could. That's all right.
Just for
Yes.
sanity.
I mean, you can push a Tarask 15 feet away with that.
That's
It's barely
that's
gonna keep her
nuts.
it, though.
Well, assuming the Tarask has some sort of a negative in their strength, because I no,
The
I
Trask does
mean,
not have a negative
they're not
strength.
rolling that low.
I was gonna say you could like maybe enfeeble it, but then there's the magic carapace. So, but you could definitely do it to other things that have big strength if they fail some other spell save throws. But yeah, roll the damage for both of those, please.
I know pressure points. There we go.
Another 13. All right, as this thing slams down to the ground and is, yeah, he's critical.
Also, the one that. So on that's the 2024 version of Addle, where it can't take opportunity attacks. 2014 is it can't take reactions, and there's no save on that. On the Addle.
That's nasty.
My turn.
Alrighty, sorry, I was just changing something in another tab. Elena, you're up.
Yeah, bonus action. I'm drinking my greater healing potion.
Okay. That's fair.
44 plus 4, I think. 18. And then action, I'll hit this man twice with the Shillelagh Staff of Frost.
Okay. Yeah, those will both hit.
Okay. Don't know if he takes the psychic. The first one has that 3 psychic on it.
He does not take the psychic.
Okay. And
Minus
6 on the other one.
19 total. This thing is crumbling apart. Not quite destroyed yet, though.
Yep, that's gonna be my turn.
Alrighty. This one. Come right there.
Flanking.
Holy shit. Are they both going for Elena?
It's gonna make a slam attack on Elena.
Holy shit.
Yep, that hits.
Nothing I can do to help with that.
Oh wait. Sentinel. I mean, it's not going to stop the attack, but I can.
It's
strike
no
it back.
the
It's-
one that's
it's this
not
one.
adjacent to you.
The lower one.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, I could attack it.
You can.
Are you going to?
Yeah, you know what? Sure. I shall take my attack at it
Oh, all right.
for turn 1.
Yeah, 21 will hit.
20.
20. Okay. That doesn't stop it from having the second attack, does it?
No,
No.
you can still attack.
Okay.
Whatever it is, you will.
Yeah, I mean you're looking weaker, so it's gonna squish the little elf if it can.
Yep.
I mean, apparently you can.
I am unconscious.
All right. Yeah.
Right. Everything I have is actions. I don't have bonus actions healing. And I'm still raging. So even if I could. Can I just stand on top of Elena so they don't attack her anymore when she's on the ground?
Sure.
Alright. That much at least. And I will swipe at this guy over here at the top.
Okay.
The 1 and the 2.
Yeah, the 29 will hit. And the 19 will hit too, but just do the damage for the first one. Yeah,
for sure.
okay. That one, the arcane core holding it together in the center, you drive it through that, and you watch as the whole thing crumbles down into a pile of rubble.
Right. In that case, the second attack would be the other one, but it would be the 17 instead because I do not have advantage attacking him.
17 will still hit.
Right. In that case, it is
17
sorry.
just hits, actually.
Minus 2. 20.
20? Okay.
Yes. The other guy is the one that I killed, the one that was about to attack, right?
Yeah.
All right, then. I'll just move over to this side because I have a feeling they can get it in the backup. And turn.
Okay. Apollo.
Yes.
Sorry, Donson.
Okay, I'll move over. Before doing anything, I'm going to healing word Elena at second level because I don't have any first level slots. Because I ordered the golem to hit her with it. Oh, almost max healing.
So 11.
Aye. And then fire off another sunbeam at the golem.
Okay.
Something's busted.
So is it, that's 39 total. Half of that is numbers.
19.
Yep, 19. Okay. You're back up.
Oh,
11 healing.
Yeah.
that's really good because of what I DM rolled you, Dylan.
Yeah, it is. But
Oh,
alright,
did you roll in that
that's it.
one death save?
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
Ziva.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that golem would be. Yeah, he'd be bloodied.
Start running up. Notice
Crumbling.
that Elena is
Correct.
starting to stand. And then come around here. Actually, you know what? No. I'll start the attack from here and then I'll zoom over that way.
Can you send the other golem to back, Dylan?
Is it not
Thank you.
the back for you? Oh. Eins, zwei.
Those will both hit.
No, these guys can't be stunned.
12.
I'm gonna make this guy prone too. So, another.
The 14 will miss, but the 30 will hit.
Offended, he is now prone.
He's got to make a dex save, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
But I mean, he has a 9. That shouldn't be an advantage, but 15.
Yeah, I believe it's. Yeah, because the dex save is based off of proficiency and thing. Yeah, he
It's
failed.
okay.
Wisdom.
Yeah, you could just go over to the spell side of your sheet and switch it over to wisdom as if you were spell casting off that, and that should give you exactly what your save DC is for your key and for your open hand techniques.
Yeah, that's what I have for me. I just have it set to strength.
Well,
Yeah, I do that for Morgan. Well, I was doing that for Morgan before he became part cleric.
yeah, he makes it.
Oh, he makes it. Okay, all right.
So then I'm
he's-
gonna come around this way so that when Elena gets up, she has advantage.
Okay.
Assuming she doesn't already have it with, I almost called you Ori. Shit.
If you stand
Wrong
here,
game.
she'll have advantage. If Elena moves there, she'll have advantage with Neo.
Right now I can move 5 feet either way.
Yeah, it has to be
True.
You just do the
It's always
tongue
a-
around the history.
line through the center.
Yeah, Conga Longa. So yeah, if you want to give her flanking, you just got to move down 5.
I mean, also I can just move. Fine.
Either way. But yeah, Elena, you go.
Okay. Stand up. Listen, sorry. And I'm going to make 2 attacks against the man after I stand up.
All right.
Luckily, Shillelagh, not concentration.
Luckily, 28 will hit. And so will 22.
For 22 total.
22. All right. This thing's looking rough.
Bonus action. Yeah, because I saw it work earlier. I Twilight.
That you got? The Lily of Frost, is that your staff? The staff frost?
It's Shillelagh on the Staff of Frost.
Gotcha.
Bonus action, Twilight stepped here because I saw the man get hurt by the necrotic earlier. Does he get a... I don't know how the Twilight step works off the top of my head. So he takes 4 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. All right.
And that is his turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna lay into Ziva. Or 1. No.
Yes.
2.
Hit.
Low roll. And that's his turn. Nia?
Run. Die. Die, die.
Yeah, they both hit.
Right. First one were huge. Not actually so huge. 23 damage.
How you want to do it?
I stabbed it.
I stab it. Okay, you once again pierce its arcane core, and it crumbles into a heap on the floor.
That was lucky. Hit right in the center. Cool.
Yeah. And as it crumbles to the floor, silence would return to the chamber.
I'd fly down to the spot where Xantar disappeared. Kind of just stare at the spot that he was standing and then just blast it with sunlight.
I can find where he is.
Still thinking of going after it.
If he's nearby, we can finish the job and make sure he doesn't come back.
Dementia Door only goes as far as you're able to see.
Not with that spell.
No?
But it is only a short range.
How short of a range?
500 feet?
Okay, creature.
You just blinks.
No, you were talking about the Dimension Door, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
the
it's-
next door
I
is
think it's-
within 500 feet if he used that.
Yeah.
And that's
But
what
he did that as
said-
a reaction, which is weird.
The voice in the sky said it
Figured out
looked
who's
like.
holding it.
Well, I think it was a contingency, to be honest with you.
It was. It was.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Because
So he's unconscious somewhere within 500 feet.
An apocalyptic creature.
yeah. You would sense.
I think I know where he is.
Pythagorean. You would sense up that way.
Yeah, that's
Does
the,
it-
po-
does it
the one of the first spots that we went up above that had the path north, and we didn't take it.
Yep, I'll immediately take off flying in that direction, leaving everyone behind.
Yeah, go
No,
for
I
it. I'm
follow
gonna
too. I
stop it.
follow
I'm
too. I can keep going.
dashing to get that direction.
No, it's above.
Yeah, it's above.
Yeah, I'm flying up.
I mean, he
He
can
run up
fly.
the wall or
I
climb.
cannot fly.
Elena can fly. Can climb. I'm the
Well,
only
I can
one
I
climb.
can bamf.
Y'all just gonna leave Neo behind?
It's not the first
No,
time.
I go with
No.
Neo.
No, it's all good. You guys, as you all just run away, I'm start making my way this way.
Neo's a patient man.
You guys have your fun. Kill the lich. I'm going to go bring the chariot, and I'm going to slowly and painstakingly take it all the way
You
over
can't
to
climb
the
there,
outside.
Ziva. You have to go up this way.
Shit.
I get.
Come
This is
on.
where the ledge is. This dotted dash line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
That's.
to climb here.
Is it more than 30 feet up?
Let me double check because it's like I think I had previously described it, but that was a while ago. Give me a second. Ba-bam-bam-bam. Let's see. What is that? Something's not right about that.
Something wrong's not right.
Something
500
wrong
feet?
is not right. No. He would have been able to go where he intended to go. You know how it shows you the code for what that area is supposed to be?
Right.
It says that the area that is there, it is not the correct area. It is giving me the areas for the chambers where the things were.
Oh,
I just found out I'm supposed to have 5 more feet of movement. May I quickly add that to my sheet?
Sure.
No, you should have added it when you leveled up too late.
You're
Yeah,
doomed.
now you lose it.
I
Oh,
think
well.
I think the staircases were 30 feet, but I can't see them.
The temple ceiling is 60 feet high. And then the black marble staircases extend 30 feet to the southern balcony. So that balcony is
30 feet
30 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I've been
I'll use a
using-
twilight step.
My
to get up
blessed
there.
strikes were actually supposed to be doing 2d8. I've been doing 1d8 ever since it became level 14.
Man, what a fuck up. I mean, what? Alright, so since
Suck.
yeah, sucks to suck. Since
Okay,
Neo's
Vic, I used a spell slot for locate creature, even though I get a free cast.
We're not over here.
you're not. Where are your bodies? Okay. So I'm just gonna take Neo and precariously put him over here. And
Yippee.
then you three would come over here to right up here. There you go.
And while they're doing
Just-
that, I'm just getting the chariot and then bringing it up here. I don't know how long that will take. Though it's up to you. Oh, like bringing it outside, like
Right. Well, there was still, I think, a fair bit of stuff to load into the chariot, and then, I mean, it'll take you a little bit. I mean, like, if you want to take it so that nothing like falls out, because it's still a staircase, and you're kind of like trying to wheelbarrow the chariot and not drop
no, I'm not
anything.
taking
So
those huge phases or whatever. I'm not doing that.
no, I mean, like, especially if you're putting like excess coins you couldn't fit into the bag of holding, like,
Yeah.
they might spill out. So you got to take it like
the
a
statues
little
of the
bit at a
saints,
time.
please.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. But yeah, so all three of you get up there onto the balcony.
Kick in the door because I got another 5 feet of movement.
I kick in the door. Okay. Give me a
Elena, which
second.
way?
Ba, 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 ba. This bare stone room consists of a foyer to the east and a shrine to the west. Candlesticks draped in cobwebs stand in the four corners of this foyer, and the shrine, a faceless obsidian statue, stands in a raised alcove at the western end of the chamber. Slumped before the statue are two desiccated corpses and tattered garments. Two pairs of alcoves line the north and south walls of the shrine. Elena, you would feel this way.
It's through that wall.
Which
So probably the door.
Yeah. Just check the door, see if that goes to a passage that goes that way. It does not.
The narrow room has an arrow slit in the center of the south wall.
Can I look on this north wall for signs of a door?
I can
Sure, make an investigation
With
check.
advantage, because Siva just said she'd help.
Famously great at these. As was
Famously great at it. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though there's a passageway to be revealed here.
All right, I'm going to this.
Not here.
I was going to this alcove. I can see through the wall.
I can. Someone's knocking at the door.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Fuck you.
There's like a sliver of light.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I'm gonna investigate this wall for a secret door.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
9. Fuck.
Can't seem to find anything.
Oh, I'm stupid. I pull out the wand.
The Wand of Secrets in the temple dedicated to a god of secrets.
Yeah, the wand of secrets of the temple got it dedicated to the god of secrets.
How many charges do you have left on that? I know you used 2 already, right?
There's 3 total.
Yeah, there's 3.
Okay.
I used 2, so this is the last one. It is. Well, I'll tell you this. My sheet says I only used 1, but I'll believe you that I used 2. I don't know where the second one was.
I definitely
Actually-
remember 1. I don't remember the second one.
No, you're right. You're right.
No,
You
I
only
got the
did use
first one a
1.
long time ago. I'm pretty sure we had 2.
Oh, was it that one secret door in the beginning, like right after you found it, because you had the? I fucking forget. You know,
think
We
Oh,
didn't
the
find any
first one
secret
of-
doors near the entrance.
I think we
you found
Found
the one
something.
for the scroll room, which was technically near the entrance. You helped the apprentice find it.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to remember. I think it was on the
It's fine.
lower level.
It's fine. We'll say that I already used 2. Unless I just forgot to mark off the other one.
Which direction is he in again?
It's through this wall.
So you feel
He's through
the
that way.
pull that way,
Do you want me to
and
Go through. Like quick pop in, pop back.
I mean, you can. It hasn't worked in when you tried in other places here, though.
I'm guessing we're looking for the switch to open the door, right?
I mean, we're trying to find. We don't know where the door is. I pulled out the wand to have it point to where the door is.
yeah, if you activate the wand, it would point at this wall here.
Okay. So it is here. We just have to find the switch.
I shall start looking.
Who has the keenest eyes? Well, not the
Perception?
keenest eyes.
I'm decent at perception.
Perception.
Investigation.
It's yeah. I'm good at perception. Investigation. Ugh.
I think we're all equal on investigation there.
It's unfortunate that investigation is intelligence.
Help.
I mean, so spotting a secret door is usually perception, but then figuring out how to open is investigate.
I rolled
Okay.
19.
I'll say that you notice that there's Sure, why not? There's like a series of symbols in Celestial carved into the wall. They don't specifically like have like a full word meaning. And you notice that like one of them is slightly more depressed than the others, or has like the ability to be depressed. And you press it in, and the door would open
Hello.
as it kind of like sinks into the floor.
Oh, you've got to be bloody joking.
Gotta be a second door in here.
Second door.
I feel like this is a small enough area. We just search. It doesn't really matter. We search the room.
I mean, each extra door there is, I lose a turn of radiant soul.
True.
To
I would like
investigate
to
this wall.
help
It will.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let them.
on the north wall.
You can make your own
That's fair.
investigations, Eva.
Fair enough.
You're not quite sure how this one opens.
Please help. I have even less of an idea.
Yep.
I'll stick my hand into the wall though, and then pull it out.
Your hand goes through the wall.
I am gonna go through the door.
See if there's a thing on the other side to open it.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, I'll
Just go. No. Oh dear, and I back right back out. I was just peeking my head in.
Okay. Sure, I'll
It's
put
like
you back in.
that way, right?
Right
Found him.
there.
That way.
Was he
Yep.
unconscious?
No, he's still very much awake. Ready to break down the wall? Then.
I mean, you could try.
I'm gonna try and search one more time for the thing to open the door.
I help.
All right.
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh Lord, please, please, please help. Come on.
Womp. You're not sure.
Guess I'll make my own investigation. Fuck me.
Right, never mind.
You know it opens. You know there's something there. You just don't know how it opens.
You know what? I'm just gonna go straight through. At this point, he's probably
Look for a more obvious catch on that side.
All right. So you go back through. And let me read this thing to you. This 15-foot high room contains the trappings of royalty, ornate furniture, exquisite rugs and tapestries, and decorative statuary. Everywhere you look are lit candelabras atop small tables. The beauty of the decor is undone by the thick dust and cobwebs. Standing in the center of the room is a decrepit skeleton clad in tattered robes. Red pinpoints of light burn in the skeleton's eye sockets. He turns towards you. Do I know you?
Sorry, very
Bless
allergic to dust. No, I don't think you do. Do I know you?
Now she's trying to talk.
We don't know.
If I don't know you, I don't think you know me. Strange. Did you just come through the wall?
Yes, it's just sort of something I do here. What's your name, sir?
Ah, my name. My name.
No, it's not an advantage, it's a disadvantage. It's an ability check.
I'm sure that I have one. Perhaps it'll come to me. Oh, you're inciting him?
Yeah, I was inciting, but because of my 1 point of exhaustion from before that I haven't taken care of yet, it's a disadvantage, so Elfin.
He's confused. You're confused.
Could I use thaumaturgy to open a secret door? Because it's not like it's locked. We just can't find the doorknob, basically.
I mean, if there's a catch on it though. It's not locked, but it is barred in some way if you have to release it.
I'll say to those Evas, you come over to the other side. You do notice that all of the candelabras, like they're like like they're standing ones, but there is a singular sconce on the wall next to where the door would be, with a candle, like burning in it.
I do have some friends on the other side of this door. Do you mind if I let them in?
Friends.
Friends.
Yes, I enjoy friends. Come, I'll make tea. And he walks over and gets a kettle and
This is
gets
the
ready
same
to
guy
make tea.
from before, right?
Looks exactly like him.
She looks a little confused. She'll before opening the door again, she'll step back through, or at least stick her head back in, like, guys, there's something very, very odd going on, and I don't know what to do with it.
What? What do you mean? Is he like not hostile?
He's not hostile. He's not behaving anywhere near what he's supposed to be behaving, like we saw earlier. He's sort of grandfatherly.
I want to insight her
Go for it.
to see if she's been like charmed by him or something.
If he's not hostile, maybe we'll be able to ask where his phylactery is and how to destroy it.
You can tell she is just genuinely confused. Like, she came in there expecting a fight, and instead was basically invited to have tea with Grandpa. She doesn't know what to do. I'm gonna let you guys in. Let's see where this is going before,
Yeah.
taking care of business. Pulls her head back through and pulls the candelabra to let them in.
And my 2 spectral wings fade away.
Oh,
The
and
sunbeam
before the door
technically has like another turn left.
Now it depends on how long he says we were looking on each of those checks.
Yeah, and before
I've been
before
taking
the-
it as like each check was a turn because it takes an action
Yeah.
to do a check.
before
Yeah,
the door.
that's
He hasn't given me a name. Don't give yours just yet. Comes back out and opens the door.
okay. Yeah, let me unlock that.
Is this the man that my spell is pointing to?
Yes.
That's
And
definitely him.
you would watch as like he would be fetching a water skin. Actually, he'd come over to like this urn over here, draw some water, pour it into the kettle, just kind of like take out a tinder box and like at like a little sort of like makeshift stove, strike a fire, and then put the kettle on, lean down over here, go into the cupboard, like turns around briefly, does like a quick head count, pulls out 4 teacups and saucers, and puts them on like a silver platter next to the tea kettle. And then he just kind of like comes over here, sits down on like this central stone tablet, kind of like slightly kicking his legs forward, like do 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 do, just kind of waiting. The tea should be done soon.
I'm going to scan the room for anything that looks like it could be a phylactery.
Lovely.
Make a perception check.
Can
I mean, anything can be a phylactery.
I know
anything
but
that has a hollow inside can be a phylactery. That tea kettle that he's making the tea in could be a phylactery.
Yeah, I'd say you'd see a fair number of items that could potentially be a phylactery.
Hmm. Okay, I'd probably have to use detect magic. But
To admit, I wasn't exactly expecting to find anyone else out here. How long have you been here?
Kind of like sighs and looks up towards the ceiling. He stops kicking his legs. Long time.
Does he show signs of the battle we just had?
His body, strangely, no.
What about his
That's-
robes from like the
The ropes, yeah, they'd have
so he's healed.
they're already
himself.
tattered to begin with, but it definitely seems like you could see where it was like ripped from him getting hit by Neo's spear. Um, Singed a bit in certain areas. And I think, yeah, there'd be some cat claw rakes.
look at Donson?
He's just kind of quiet, his eyes darting around the room. I guess in the next 6 seconds he would cast detect magic.
I must give
Does
look at this one god.
is there a reaction to him casting a spell?
Yeah, she's saying that preemptively. She's saying you must forgive us. We're still a little bit on edge.
It's quite all right. And yeah, no, he doesn't seem to have any reaction. You would. All of the candelabras within range seem to have the continual flame spell cast upon them. There's
At least that
also
would be a good bet. I
a.
wouldn't know for sure.
You would notice the only other thing that pings magical, two things. Something on his person, as well as. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because that one shattered.
Something on his person.
Never mind.
Two sources of magic, one on the north wall and one on the eastern wall. And then a sort of general enchantment from, you would see this ancient bronze covered book that sits on the stone sort of dais in the middle of the room, right next to him.
um, what school of enchantment are the ones that I can see? Other than the continual flames.
The book is general enchantment. The continual flame and what? Okay, hold on. And then the two walls abjuration. So it would have been like abjuration up here, abjuration here, uh, general enchantment, in the book, and then from
I
him that you
wouldn't,
can't
if I
quite
can't see the
see.
object, I wouldn't know what aura it is. I just know
Yeah,
there's something.
there's something on him, but yeah.
That's an interesting book you have there.
Oh yes. He would like pick it up and Just kind of like wipe a little bit of the dust off of the top of it. No, it's mine. Had it for a long time.
What's it about?
I don't know. There's no name.
I take a step forward, which would allow me to see the west wall. Finally,
You wouldn't get anything.
nothing else. Okay. I just extend my hand. May I?
He goes to like casually hand it to you, and then there's like this strange moment where the little flames within his eye sockets flare, and he like instinctively almost pulls it back and holds it tight to his chest. I think it's best if I hold on to it. I don't know why, but it's important.
Seems very well.
Understandable. I give Elena a look of, that's probably it.
I'll go finish up the tea.
Yeah, I'll say at this point it starts to whistle.
So what are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
I am going to spend a minute off to this. I'm going to sit on the couch and spend a minute casting Commune.
Think I live here.
Been quite a while.
Yes.
Forgive me for being forward. The robes you're wearing, they seem to be that of some sort of a mage. Are you?
Don't think so.
What do you remember?
He kind of like looks up again and then just kind of begins to blankly stare off and sits there in silence for a good few minutes until finally he seemingly comes back to his senses, shakes his head a little bit, stands up, turns around. Oh, guests. I know you. Oh, you made tea. And he'll just pick up a teacup and
When the Lich has dementia.
slurp it.
What happens with this answer?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So what are you asking?
Well, it would be silent, so I'm not saying it out loud. But,
Right.
You do have to make a roll because it has not been. Oh no! I've had a long rest. Never mind. I thought it was a week. I can ask. It must be answered yes or no. Okay. First question: is that book his phylactery?
There would be silence for a time, and then you would feel a chill on the back of your neck as the hairs begin to stand up, and you would begin to feel almost like a presence behind you. You attempt to turn to look, but you feel that you cannot move. The cold shadow of this presence seems to reach out
This is not
and
who I was
grasp
trying
you.
to reach. Vecna's
And you
trying
would
to reach me
feel-
about my car's extended warranty.
You would feel a hand, like an arm at first, come across your shoulder, and like a right hand would gently caress your cheek, and you'd hear, "Yeah."
You see him look uncomfortable, but that's it. He's just kind of sitting there, just grits his teeth. Is destroying it within my current power.
You would hear like a
Did my Discord cut out, or is he thinking of
I
something to
th-
say?
I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, did you not hear it? I'm
I
sorry.
heard nothing.
You
Oh,
would hear
wow.
like a,
Either,
and then you cut out.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. That's what you heard.
No.
May I suggest breaking the commune since that's clearly not.
I mean, it has to be a correct answer. Just because it's not who I was trying to reach doesn't mean it's not correct. Is it possible to have it destroyed here in Barovia?
Yes. Get that one?
Yep.
We did.
Okay.
All right, that is. Yep, that is my 3 questions.
It actually requires bringing Lathander here, killing him, and dripping his ichor onto it to destroy it.
No.
That'd be hardcore.
That'd be unfortunate, killing your god to
Wow,
to destroy
killing
the
Apollo's
item.
god. It's not Donson's god. I'm just I'm just on retain for Lathander.
I feel like that would still go against your tenets.
Oh,
Wait.
for sure.
Not tenets, but you know what I mean.
Well, hold on, wait. I gotta double check. What was the first question again?
Is that book his phylactery?
Oh,
And the answer was yes.
His was not clear, to be fair. If he didn't say the name. And this is an antagonistic person answering.
that's true, but I would amend. He would have said maybe, not.
So even
Not
Vecna
yes.
doesn't technically know.
Maybe. I'll never tell.
But as you ask the final question, the hand would stop caressing your cheek, and you
If
would
it was
feel
a
it.
maybe, then that probably would have changed my second and third answer. Second and third question then.
Okay.
The is this man's phylactery within this room?
No.
No. Okay. Is it within a mile? Is it no? Is it in within 3 miles of any of the major settlements here in Barovia?
Oh man, that's a. Oh, let me go look at that map and measure things out. Jeez. Within 3 miles. No.
No. Okay.
No.
No. And then you would feel the hand like come down and rest on your shoulder and then slide itself up and begin to grasp your throat. And you, just as you begin to feel yourself struggle to breathe, it would release and dissipate, and you'd feel that cold shadow drawn back away from you, and you can move once more.
I offer a silent prayer to Manator to ward off evil.
You're right, bud.
Yes. Yeah. Just don't mind me.
I'm sorry, you were saying about your book, sir.
It was.
Oh, my apologies. You must have switched topics and I missed it.
This tomb. I've had it for quite some time.
Indeed, it seems very well loved.
Yes.
Oh.
Is what?
No, I was about like, is there anything like about the book's design that she could like ascertain its origin or something? But then the way that he said yes makes me think that something got triggered. How are his eyes?
They seem fine. It's hard to tell because he is now clutching the cover towards his chest. What is your passive perception?
17.
Okay. You could just make out writing along the spine, and sort of like between his fingers. You think that it says the incants of Exthanther.
I used to have a friend back at home who had a sort of fascination about various incantations. I think you would have loved him.
Incantations.
No, various.
Yes. Yes.
Making eye contact with Elena and Apollo. I believe there was who was it? There was someone he was studying. She looks at the others, hoping they can figure out what it is she's about to do. It was some sort of was he a lich or just a necromantic scholar?
He's like watching you now, like the pinpricks of light, like he's actually looking at you instead of like off and around and like trying to recall things. He's very focused on what you're saying.
Probably a scholar.
Siva, I don't believe what we're looking for is in here. We should probably be going.
Oh, we will. Oh. Alright. Before then, though, I do want to ask, where do you get your tea from? This is a very interesting taste.
The concentration and focus seemingly gone, and he my assistant Neferon, he brings me tea.
Aaron.
Yes.
You're right to him. Thank you very much for your hospitality. You've been so kind, sir.
You're quite welcome.
I was waiting for you to say thank you, and him to just be like, guests.
Yeah, me too. You know what? I'm also gonna, like, while I'm over here putting the tea stuff away, does he have any empty jars here?
The jars? Sure, I
Like
guess.
jar containers. She'll fill one of them with some honey from her fun thing. Their alchemy
Okay.
jug.
All right.
Farewell. Step through the door.
And when you say that, he turns around and goes, "Oh, I know you."
Does the name Boomy mean anything to you?
Oh, me. Yes. An old friend.
That
Used to-
explains a lot.
Used to come for tea.
That explains a lot.
Sure he'll be visiting sometime soon.
I always looked forward to his visits. He had many tales. Seen much of the outside world.
Well, perhaps next time he visits there will be more stories. Farewell, sir. No, close the door.
Oh, guests.
I think someone already took his name.
I, it's probably more like he genuinely forgot. His name is written on the book in his hands.
What? He said there was no title on it.
And I
You couldn't see the side of it,
incant-
so if you can't see it, it doesn't exist.
And I quote, the incantations of Exithantia, or however
That's
you pronounce his
probably
name.
his spell book then.
Yes.
And can't.
Well,
Which explains why
not
he
only
doesn't
am
like...
I unable to. No, never mind. That question didn't happen. His phylactery is nowhere in that room, and it's nowhere within 4 miles of any of the 3 major settlements. 3 miles.
That is unfortunate. But for now, we need to get out of here.
Yes, let's return to Neo.
Ah, I hate the edge.
I'll say at this point, Neo has gotten everything
You're a
that.
monk. You can just walk off the edge and slow fall. Superhero
Yeah,
landing.
I don't like the dark.
I'll say that he's currently slowly bringing it up the stairs.
Right, I'll fly over the abyss of void to
Wait,
to the other side.
is he here?
Oh my god. No, he would not be. He would not be. I'm so sorry. He look,
Oh,
after you told him that the spell book was destroyed, he would have went over to double check because he figured he wouldn't get the staff from you, and nobody had immediately gone over there, so I forgot to put him on the GM layer. He would have left
He's
after
just-
realizing it had been burnt to a crisp.
He's just really upset about the spellbook still there.
Yeah, he's just still there, just holding the desiccated pieces in his hands, crying. This has all been for naught.
come down and help. Or I can't come down anymore, but I would come down and help move the stoof.
Okay.
And
That's
help with
it.
what I can.
Takes a little bit, but eventually all of you, most of you, working together, you manage to bring the chariot up with the remaining stuff without spilling anything, and start bringing it towards the entryway.
Thankfully, a much shorter flight of stairs.
Indeed.
Yep. But I'll say you take a little bit longer, and eventually you do get it just outside of the temple. At this point, the snowstorm having died down, and having whatever equates to clear skies.
Blue gray.
It's just that it's that dull gray of a forever shrouded sun, but no longer the almost white out levels of blizzard.
All right. As soon as we get everything outside, me and Neo, I guess, lift the chariot, and I word of recall.
All right. And as you do that, let's take a quick tenor before we do that other thing. So come back at, we'll call it 35. Alrighty. So just as Donson casts Word of Recall, and you feel yourselves being warped back to the Abbey of St. Markovia, we're going to do a little back in time, roughly 4 days within the protectorate of von Schrödinger, the city of Valaki, after the battle that brought Gerhard von Schrödinger low and left Dorje unfortunately deceased. Inigo, upon what we discussed, you would begin to take stock of your new role. Stark and the others within your house coming to you with all manner of menial tasks that require your attention befitting a lord, but something first, something more pressing calls to you. You look upon your fallen comrade, this strange drow girl that decided to throw her lot in with you when you felt your former companions turn their blades in your direction. You know that there is one within Valaki that has the means of bringing her back, and should that fail, well, there is a second option. But you know that such a thing would cost you. It's a simple ask of Stark to go within the coffers.
What's something expensive in the castle that my father really liked?
Oh, that's a good one. You know what? Yeah, because this sounds very comically vampire-y. We'll say a very expensive platinum chalice that is encrusted with rubies and has sort of like depictions of what appear to be bats etched within it. You think that this would do for the cost of what you require?
Always drank out of it.
Yeah, he always drank out of it when he did not feed from the source.
Yeah, I will take it and use it as a as the currency to pay for the resurrection.
Very well. 6 of your house guard would very carefully, delicately secure the body of Dorje and place her within a coffin as they would march behind you down from the castle and through the city streets until you stop before the Church of St. Andreval. At first, no one comes out to greet you, and you dare not enter
Well, I
to
kinda
spare
can't.
yourself. Yeah, well, to spare yourself from the pains of its consecrated grounds. But after a time and the occasional peeking of the commoners from the windows within, Father Nedlovich would step out. Slowly, tentatively, to stand before you in the street.
How long has it been since my battle with my father? Is it still the same day, or is it the next day?
This would be the same day. You would have fought him. It would have taken you a little bit of time to follow him down and dispose of him properly within the coffin. And then once you had returned to the throne room, you instantly would have been beset with people trying to get you to do your duty. But this took precedence. Yeah, roughly evening sounds about right. So it had not quite dark enough yet for the lamps within the streets to be aglow, but perhaps some of them are being lit. But Father Nedlovich would stand a good 10 feet away from you and your retinue, looking
Well,
between
I would
you and the
have
coffin.
those that came with me kind of standing a bit away to like not be as intimidating.
Okay. So say that they stand back from the coffin a good 10 feet additionally and sort of stand there presentably at attention. But he would still look between you and the coffin, and you go.
Father, as I am the new head of Castle von Schrodinger, I would like to perhaps see if we can arrange a little bit more of a respectable relation, not a respectable, more friendly relationship than you had previously with my father.
At first, upon the mention of you now being in charge, you would see relief on his face. But when you kind of get down to business, he begins to look a little bit worried again. What kind of relationship were you intending?
Well, he tolerated your existence, but though I personally don't care so much for your deity, being that it's all about the sun, it does bring some amount of morale to the populace. And if Valaki is to stand on its own, we need to have the people working and being happy.
So, you are guaranteeing the safety of my flock then?
Any vampire under my jurisdiction. Well, actually, first of all, before I get to that, I would like, actually, first off, I would like to change the blood ties rather than being on demand, being more seen as a something you can choose to do. You can either monetarily pay your tithe or choose to donate blood to our vampiric denizens. Those who choose to donate blood shall get certain benefits within the community. Perhaps a little monetary bonus to aid with their weekly expenses.
So you wish to institute voluntary tithes and a merit-based reward system?
Yes. We'll also see about getting an orchard set up, getting some crops planted outside the city, getting people to work, and having the city become alive. And perhaps vampire and mortal may walk side by side in peace, rather than vampire dominating the mortal in fear.
I see that. Let's see. Seemingly, because you have like the, it's like an enchantment, right? That effectively like hides your horrifying visage.
It's not an enchantment, it's just I can like suppress it.
Okay. Well, he seems to like. I'll say he sees like beyond that, and he goes. It seems that you have not lost your humanity despite your change. I think that these are probably much fairer terms than anyone can hope for in this wretched place. If this is what you desire, and you seek to help people grow and foster a bond between those of you that walk the night and us the day, I can spread the word. I can encourage people to accept this new rule.
Yes, my philosophy is that undead, the sentient ones at least, as long as they don't go out of their way to cause evil, they're just another person, just the same as you. Just maybe with a different kind of affliction or blessing in some eyes.
I mean no disrespect when I say this, but what you, as he gestures to you and your guard, are is anathema to my lord. But me, I know you. You grew up here. I still consider you to be the Inigo that I know. So, I will try my utmost to make this transition for you.
Very well.
I will.
I thank you for your open-mindedness. Though do be aware that there will be consequences for those that step out of this new symbiosis, and that goes for both sides, the undead and the mortals. Should any of my charges step out of line, they will be handled personally.
He will take a breath and stand up a little bit straighter, a little bit less on edge, perhaps even less afraid, and walk up to you and hold out his hand. To peace in our time.
Father, could you step forward a little bit? You're still in the hollowed area.
Oh, sorry. He'll step closer.
I reach out and shake his hand.
And then once you do, he'll turn his head over to the coffin. And then back to you.
I do have a favor to ask. However, a friend aided me in the fight against my father, and she paid with her life. I had floated the idea of potentially having her turn. She wasn't not open, but she rather not at the time, and I would like to respect her wishes. If you could attempt to restore her life, I'd be appreciative. If it doesn't work, then, well, I still have one other option, though, of course, in your faith, you don't like it.
It goes against the cycle. But here in this place, the cycle is broken. I can do this for you, but there are no guarantees that she herself will wish to return.
I feel she had unfinished business. She seemed to have ambitions beyond just helping me take down my father. And I feel she'd probably want to finish those tasks before she's ready to rest. I'll pull out the chalice. I believe this should suffice as enough enough worth to pay for such a diamond needed for the ritual.
You would look at the chalice. It should be more than enough. Give me a moment. And he would return into the church. A little time would go by, and he would come back out, diamond in hand. Well, since you cannot perform it on the grounds, here should suffice, no?
Whatever works for you and, well, me, I suppose, if I must participate in the ritual.
Yeah, I gotta look at how the hell this works again. Let me look. Let's look at the spell. Okay, it takes an hour. And then if I want to go with MM's rules, let's see. Well, technically you're the only one there. Uh, How would that work? It says up to 3 members, so what? I would just have you make one. Okay. Sure, why not?
I mean, if Esmeralda and Ricky wants to participate, I guess they.
Well, you'd have to go get them.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I'll seek them out while he's preparing the ritual.
Okay.
Ricky
Because
knows
Esmeralda was
Esmeralda
does
in the
not.
prison,
no, she was.
That-
I had her released,
and Ricky had gone
apologized.
underground.
Yeah,
Last
Ricky-
we knew.
Yeah.
And I'll seek out Esmeralda, see if she can't find Ricky, and ask if they'd be willing to help bring Dorje back.
Okay. I'll say you find Esmeralda easy enough. She's not particularly hiding. Because if I remember right, you left, but you hadn't dealt with your father right away. So it was during the time before you dealt with him that Elena sent out the messages, and that's when she found out that happened. So yeah, that was under your father. Okay. So with you being in charge and having released her, I'd say that she'd be at the inn. You chat her up. She says she's not sure where Ricky is, but she'll look for him. And
Never know.
I'll say sorry, what?
You have an hour.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll say just before the hour's out, the two of them would show up in front of the church before the coffin, which now the whole thing has been decorated with flowers. There's a Lathander symbol placed on Dorje's chest, her hands folded over, almost kind of touching it to hold it. And a series of candles have been placed around the coffin and on the ground around it. But yeah, Ricky will kind of walk up and, long time no see, huh?
Ricky, I apologize for any problems my father caused. Thank you for coming, though.
Probably didn't know her as well as you, but she performed in the carnival and seemed like a good kid.
Unfortunately, the only other people I know don't really want to talk to me at the moment.
Left on bad terms, I take it.
Elena, when I finally came clean about my transformation, she wasn't... How to put this? She didn't react well. And, well, I managed to flee, but she did. Thanks to Dorje, I was able to get away faster, but I would have been able to make it away on my own. So I do kind of. It is my fault that she got killed. So I would like to bring her back if I can.
He, even while you were saying that, was sort of gauging everything. He'll sigh and contrary to what you might think, I don't hate all vampires. I got a bit of a grudge against them, I guess, but I knew you before you were one. Or at least I think I did.
Yeah. We
As
met,
long as you're an enemy to the devil.
We met before I had undergone the transformation.
As long as you remain an enemy to the devil, then you have nothing to fear from me.
All right.
So, I'll say 3 of you gather around the coffin. The father on the other side. And the ritual would begin. Dorje. Up until this point, it was almost as if you were reliving every moment of your life. Slowly, but not so slow that you felt the passage of years twofold. You would hang on to certain key moments within your life and watch those almost as if in slow motion. Others would blur by until eventually it would come back to that moment when you were dealt a killing blow by Gerhard. And then, at first, the pitch black of nothingness. Then as time went on, you'd begin to feel things around you. Perhaps an occasional brush past you, someone almost kind of gently brushing their shoulder against yours as they walked by. And you would then begin to notice shapes. Incoherent at first, but eventually taking form. Their detail sharpening with the passage of time, though you're not quite sure if time truly was passing. You'd see many Barovians. Seemingly an endless sea of them, all facing in one direction, standing there listlessly at times, but at others they would march a step forward, and another would brush past you. A large gateway in the distance that they all slowly seem to be moving towards. And you'd watch as slowly the line would move forward, each of them taking a step, until the door would open just a crack for one of them to go through. And the,
And then?
sorry, what'd you say?
No, just her talking to herself. Here we go again.
Round and around and around.
You would begin to feel a pull. You begin pushing through the crowd, making your way for the door. None of them would object. No apparent emotion on their faces. No anger for you, cutting the queue, so to speak. But slowly but surely, you make your way towards that door. As you do, the pull, at first, something that you just sense within you, almost like a tether, slowly inching you towards that destination. You begin to hear a voice. You're not quite sure whose voice at first, but you know that they're speaking to you, calling out to you. Let me see. How the hell do I gotta do this? So, what is it? So I guess each of you has to do a contribution. So, do you want to go first, last, or in the middle, Inigo?
I should probably go last, since these two know her the least.
Okay. Let's see. Why not? Inigo, as the father is conducting this, you would watch as he like gives a subtle signal. And Ricky would step forward. And he would speak. Doge, I didn't get to know you too well. But your feats, the circus, impressed me. I'd love nothing more than the opportunity for you to return to us, so that you might perhaps teach me what you know and continue to bring joy, that little spark of joy, to the people of these lands. I heard you have some unfinished business. Come back if you would, and you would be able to pick out the voice, Dorje, from within the sea of these souls. You would recognize Ricky. And then I think I gotta have him roll what? D20? I think it's just a straight D20. It's persuasion.
Poison
Let
or
me look at
D20, it varies from person to person.
Yeah,
At least
sometimes
Yeah.
performance, maybe intimidation.
Yeah. I was
I
seeing some of the suggestions. Yeah. Sure. Let me find good old Ricky shit. Persuasion. He don't got a thing with that, but all right, we gotta do this. We gonna do. Yeah, that went to GM. That was a good roll. That was a 22. Straight charisma. So I guess yeah, he passes the DC. So it's probably like I'm confused about this, right? So like, what? He passes the DC, so then you.
The
it's
DC
more
goes
like-
down. The final DC goes down.
Okay. So yeah, you would hear. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. My dad came in.
Yeah, the DC is 10. 3 checks set the final DC. Each success lowers the DC by 3. Failures increase it by 1.
All right.
Starting DC though.
It's 10.
Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, I think it's the more you die, that DC goes up by 1.
Yeah.
Oh, but you would hear him call out to you. Feel yourself spurned on, pulled
Yeah, I'm
closer.
grabbing her with both hands, pulling herself forward.
The people, some of them would move out of your way, but despite their ethereal form, your own as well, you find that you're not able to just simply just glide through them. You do have to push, but you're feeling it's a bit easier. And then I'll say Ricky will step back to kind of join like this little semicircle. You would continue to hear the father calling to you. Well, you're not quite sure who's calling to you, but Inigo, you would hear the father continue with his prayer. And then he would gesture for Esmeralda. She would walk up. And you would watch as she would reach into her pocket and pull out a deck of cards. Inigo, you would notice that this is the Taroka. And she would begin to shuffle them. And upon the edge of the coffin, she would begin to effectively give you a reading, as you would hear her. Great foe awaits. He stands before you. Your meeting could mean life or death. Should you return, and should you be successful, great prize awaits. A return to the fold, or a tentative alliance. That is a decision that the whole must make. Together, you will stand. Apart, you will fall. And she continues to, one after the other, placing a card until all 5 of them are before her. And she will continue the reading. Treasures still you have yet to find. Allies you have yet to secure. But should all go according to fate, then your shackles shall be lifted, and once more you will be free and gaze upon the sun in this land and the other. And I'll have her make a performance check, I guess. That sounds appropriate for a tarot reading. Oh,
Dorsey, not a big fan of the tarot.
yeah. Her words confuse you. They're potential double meanings and the unsurety of what sounds like a tarot reading. You don't like how too much is left to chance. Perhaps you wish to make your own fate and not follow a destiny laid before you by others. You find that the Sea of Souls is harder to navigate. Perhaps even you stop for a moment. But the father continues to call out. You feel the thread being pulled. Inigo, he would gesture to you.
Dorsey, I didn't quite know what to make of you when we first met. Though we do share a kinship in a way, being the only 2 of our group that was native to Barovia. I desired to stay while you desired to leave. See what the sun is. As well as any other business you had. But the sun does exist, as much as I dislike it. It's there. Its warmth is... Now it'd be painful, but then, though I disliked it, the warmth was comforting. I could see others enjoying themselves in the summer, playing out near the water, not really fearing the night, because the moon would reflect the light of the sun back down to the land of Teril. I know technically that's not how it works in real D&D lore, but I think that's how regular mortals would think it works.
I don't know, probably. You're not really a religious guy either, so I mean, like, I don't know how much you'd know about Saloon.
Yeah. Well, the moon's technically the moon's surface is a illusion. So the light that comes from it is not actually from the sun; it's from the illusion.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
But if that is what you want, I can help you achieve that. Just like you helped me achieve my dream of killing my father. It is the least I could do. I don't particularly like being in debt to people. So, if you don't want to come back, well, tough, because I need to pay off my debt.
Coffee roll. Okay. Perhaps Inigo doesn't feel as sincere. Maybe he cannot.
Oh no, I wasn't doing that was just him. That wasn't my role.
Okay.
That was
Damn.
just
All right.
taking a sip of
Sorry.
coffee after.
I thought you were doing that because you had no modifiers to charisma.
No, I do have a modifier to charisma.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I rescind that. My bad.
Oof.
Oh no. Okay. Perhaps his words don't feel as sincere. Perhaps he cannot truly understand what it is you desire. That he has lost the capacity to do so. Could be his change. Could be.
A 1
It could
doesn't
be-
affect the DC. It's still a failure, so it just lowers
Yeah.
increases it by 1. But
We're at a
Oof.
DC of 8 currently.
Um,
No, not 8, 9.
one was a success, which lowered it by 3 from a 10 to a 7, and yeah, then the 2 failures bring it up to a 9. You're not quite sure what to make of what he's saying. You're not quite sure if it can be trusted, but nonetheless, you still feel the pull, and eventually, you're but a few steps away from that crack in the door. No one else steps forward in the queue. And now I have to roll a straight d20, no modifiers for DC 9. And so... Okay. You step through the door. And despite some doubts, you enter into this door and are enveloped in a bright light as, at first, slowly, you begin to truly feel again. The sensations radiating from first the tips of your toes, slowly up your whole body. You begin to feel your lungs breathe in fresh air. Your heart begins to beat once more. And in the silence, or as close to silence as can be, with slow breaths of Esmeralda and Ricky, the absence of breath from Inigo, and the slight panting of the priest after having exacted a toll upon himself for such an arduous ritual. Your eyes slowly open to the slow evening as the light begins to fade from the sky. But you look up and you would see around you yourself within a coffin surrounded by many flowers and something in your hands crossed over your chest, and you would see as Ricky and Esmeralda take a step forward and look down at you and seem to breathe a sigh of relief, and a small smile would creep up onto their faces.
I'm
She
sorry I couldn't
looks-
prevent having to do this. Then you die in the fight.
Respond at first, just sort of looking around. Tears forming in her eyes. And then she looks at Inigo. You brought me back.
Yeah, you did. It was my fault that you died, and well, you did risk your life to help me achieve my dream. I suppose I should at least help you achieve yours.
Smile. Thank you. And thank you, looking at the others, for helping him.
There's nothing, kid.
But Inigo, your dream isn't exactly completed yet. She gives him a bit more of a purposeful look. Remember why it is you did this in the first place.
Yeah. I know. Hasn't been a full day yet, but she hasn't returned yet.
She'll climb out of the coffin, make a note to change her clothes at some point.
As you climb out of the coffin, give me a moment here. I just gotta check something. Sorry. Okay. All right. So you climb up and out, and you would feel a wave of first nauseousness and then fatigue. You almost kind of fall on the way out and steady yourself on the edge of the coffin. You currently have, what is it,
A
4
negative
points
4
of
to
exhaustion?
All D20.
Oh, no.
no, not
Yeah.
not exhaustion.
It's not
Minus
exhaustion.
4 to
yeah.
all D20 rolls until, and each one goes away after a long rest.
Yeah. Oh, that copy and pasted the wrong thing. That was for the Lich fight. Cool. Uh, yeah, here's the thing for that. And then I need you to roll me a D100.
I
Interesting.
don't know if that's good or bad.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's terrifying.
I'm gonna DM you something.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Um, but you steady yourself and manage to stand, though quite tired.
I think I need to lie down.
You're laying down for most of the day, so I don't know why you feel tired.
With a slight smirk.
Pretty funny. She does return the smile, but there is visible exhaustion.
Well, I did have to shirk some of my new duty, to do this. So, you take your time. I have to return to the castle to kind of finish up instigating a new age for Velaki.
Shall see you when I'm properly recovered, my lord.
Don't, no. Inigo's fine.
Very well.
If you really want to have some formality, Sir Inigo could be okay. I'm not 100% though.
I shall try and see you tomorrow.
All right. Rest up. There's still a lot to do.
Quick out of character question. Would Dorje remember everything that she heard, like during the resurrection process?
Yeah, I'd say
All
so.
right. She'll wait until Inigo and his guards are a good distance away before turning to Ricky. Do you mind if and Ricky and the father, do you mind if we discuss in the church?
He looks over towards Inigo and his retinue as they get further down the street and eventually turn back off in the direction of Castle von Schrödinger. Looks back at you. Yeah, sure. Come on, Esmeralda. And the father, kind of exhausted, seems to understand and gets up and leads the three of you into the church. Many of the pews have been moved aside, and it seems that this has gone from a place of worship to more of a bunkhouse for the disenfranchised peoples of Barovia. Some members of his flock, others perhaps just there out of a need for safety. But he would lead you past the altar and to the right into his own personal room. And just kind of go over and sit down on the edge of his bed and try to catch his breath as Ricky will come over, grab a seat, indicate for you to sit at another one, and Esmeralda just kind of stands near the door, arms crossed, making sure that it stays closed and no one interrupts the conversation.
I want to be clear on something before I explain myself. My loyalty is still to Inigo. I still consider him a strong ally, possibly even a friend.
Avery, could you turn
That
your
said,
mic
I
up
cannot
slightly?
see him. What?
Could you turn your mic up slightly?
I can. I didn't earlier. Let me see.
It's just your Dorje voice is way quieter than Ziva's.
That is true. Zeev is a little bit more loud and proud. Alright. But yeah, she'll say, like, explain that she still considers Inigo a friend, she's still loyal to him, but what she's about to say he might not entirely agree with or be on board with.
Okay. Ricky would just kind of look at you and nod for you to continue.
Sword that we were told to acquire for the abbot not too long ago. The abbot in Kresk. That sword could not be used safely without the return of its, I believe, its former master's skull. Unfortunately, that sword was used as our peace offering for Strad. In exchange, he would give me the skull to give to the others as proof that I was one of them still. I need to bring back both. I cannot see anyone agreeing with this.
Do you want to return to Ravenloft to not only steal back what you gifted to the Dreadlord, but also abscond with this skull and return it to your former companions?
Skull he has already agreed to give me. The sword would be the thing I'd have to steal. But yes, for the most part, that is pretty much the plan. And I have to go to Ravenloft anyway.
He looks at you inquisitively.
Insightfully,
Yeah.
you could say.
She might be a good liar, but there's something else dancing behind her eyes.
Beyond that, why would you need to return there?
We left the skull with Strad. There was no reasonable way to explain bringing the skull all the way here. At the very least, not for the others.
And how do you plan to go about this?
I'm still working on that. Part of how I've done things in the past was making my plans someone else's ideas. I do not know that it will work with. I do not believe it will work with Strad.
Well, feel like high fucking insight here. I feel like there's more than just that, but I won't pry. If you need a way in, the very least, instead of showing up at the front door where he knows that you're there, would make it harder for you to make out with the sword. I have a passage. Something that I had been hoping to keep up until the last moment when your group finally decided that you were going to deal with him.
I will not ask the details. Don't. I'll have to go through the front anyway. Strad is expecting me as his double agent.
When in reality, you're a triple agent.
I'm still a double agent, just my loyalties are still to the original party.
And should you manage to be successful, gain both items, and return them to your friends, are you sure that they'll be pleased with your return?
I'll be honest, part of me is expecting them to kill me and bring me back again, but I gave them my trust, just as I gave Inigo my loyalty. I don't expect Strad to keep his promise to Inigo. And he's going to need help. This is the cost, and this is the cost.
Playing a dangerous game, kid.
I've lived so many lives here over and over again that I've lost count. I don't mind taking a gamble this time.
Well, if If you feel this is the best course of action, I won't say anything to him. In return, I expect you not to say anything to him about what I am now going to tell you.
You have my word.
I won't presume to know the full feelings of your friends. But I was warned against you and him. Feel that there's more to your story. Good devil, I believe. I feel that there's more to your story and more to you than meets the eye.
She's a transformer.
So to fuck.
So I'm actually a minor Fey Lord changeling.
I'll tentatively trust you for the time being. See how this soiree of your sortie of yours pans out.
Flurry is right.
Soiree would be a party. Sortie is a. Sortie's right.
Yeah, sorties. Yeah. But Inigo, he's another matter. I said to him before your return, and I meant it, that as long as he remains an enemy of Strahd, then he has nothing to fear from me. Should he become a despot in the place of his father, turn to the devil's side in its entirety, well, I've got an extra steak just for him.
I'll open the doors for you myself.
And it seems we have an understanding.
I certainly hope that we do.
Good luck. And look me up if you need me. I'll still be here. Fighting the good fight. And
Be safe.
he'll get up, nod to Esmeralda, and the two of them will depart. At that point, even before you leave, the father just collapses on his bed and he's like, I think I'm going to sleep for now. I'd walk you out, but I'm sorry. And then he just kind of turns over, and in very short order, you begin to hear the beginnings of him snoring.
She'll let him sleep. Look in her bag at the changes of clothes from both from home and also from the tower. And she'll eventually make her way out to one of the other inns, get a room, and then sleep for the night and get changed later on.
Okay.
And then afterwards, she would go to the von Schrödinger castle.
All right.
Well, with that long rest,
Inigo.
you now have a -3 to all D20 rolls.
Yeah. Inigo, you would return to the castle. Your pressing business having been attended to. Once more, the petitioners would arrive, and some of them being lowly peasants of Valaki, a representative of the Burgermeister, some within your own house. the banalities of rule have finally come knocking, and you set about instituting your new policies, the
He's
changing
kind
of
of
the
enjoying
regime, if you
himself to a
would.
degree.
Yes. Yes, as he sits all cocky in his throne, like all the jarls do in Skyrim, that just kind of side lean with the hand on the face, like, what is a
All
man
right,
but a
what do
pile
you
of
want
secrets?
with me?
Yeah, and then when you try to talk to him, when what is it, Irileth and Avenchi are like talking about the dragon attack, and you just keep going, not now, not now, not now. It's my favorite thing to do. I just keep doing a little circle, hitting A every time I get close to him. Not now, not now. But eventually, though, some of your tasks go a little bit further into the night, as that is the time of your people, and demands are still made of you. But eventually, with most of your wishes being dealt out to your people, you retire for the evening for some form of rest, likely not sleeping unless, well, yeah, you don't really need to anymore, do you?
I still need a
So
rest, but
you need to rest, but you don't need to sleep. Yeah,
No.
so. But you do. Rest in some capacity. And eventually the next day would arrive. And so too would Dorje, unless there was anything that she was going to take care of before she went to the castle.
She doesn't have much. Like, it was just change into like a proper day attire, if that makes sense. So instead of the crop top and parachute pants, she's actually wearing like a proper blouse and skirt.
Okay.
I never pictured Dorje in a crop top. What?
I mean, yeah, have you looked at the art?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. It cuts off like.
True. Plus, I did introduce her as wearing a crop top.
Yeah, that is true.
That was a while ago, and I probably
Yeah.
I definitely
Yeah,
forgot.
I'm with Beck.
I definitely
Yeah, I
forgot.
mean,
I definitely forgot as well.
It didn't come up very often. I think it came up like twice. Introduction, and then while at Kresk, when it got colder, she untucked it to reveal it as like actually a tunic. She just rolled up and folded it away.
Yeah, I think it's because like she sent me the full body art of the character before the token was made, and yeah, it's very much like I guess like belly dancer vibes, but there's the cowl that's like thrown over the top.
Yep.
So yeah, I thought when you said that you were changing, that you were putting on the fancy dress and shoes that you found in the carriage outside of the covered wagon outside of the tower.
Nah, I'm gonna save that for yeah, I'm gonna save that for another time. The shoes she'll
All right.
definitely wear, and then curse at them being uncomfortable about an hour later and put on her usual shoes. But
That's yeah.
yeah.
Yes, you would arrive at the castle as the humdrum of activities is beginning anew for the day, though seemingly some of them never quite ended, as the evening is the time of the vampire. No, so. The guards definitely seem to take it in shifts, though. Some of them are more day walkers than all about that nightlife. And I'd say Stark would likely bring her into you to the throne room / audience chamber.
Ah, Dorje, great timing. I had just finished talking to some guy about missing his
cat or something. I don't know.
Seems quite
I'm
lively.
right here. Yes, I'm right here.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
no.
I'll find your cat. It's fine.
You'd probably have like Stark would probably be like standing next to you at this point after leading her in and just be like, "It was his dog, sir."
Oh shit.
She'll
Yes,
get
yes.
frustrated.
Yeah. I was a detective before I became count. My count.
Baron. You're a baron.
Baron. Okay, yeah. Baron Schrödinger. So yes, I'll I can probably track it down pretty quick.
Doing these jobs personally,
Nice.
even the
Fastest
small
get it
ones.
done.
I insisted that he leave such tasks to the menials, but if he wants to make himself more appealing to the local populace, then by all means.
Yeah, it's better we build up a trust first. It with all the stuff my father did, it's better to be a bit more proactive to assure the populace that we are genuine in wanting to have
I did.
change.
Damn. Why did that not work? Sorry.
It could also help with morale if you were to train some of them yourself over time.
You'll have to say that again. My brain stopped
It-
understanding English.
Oh no, you're fine. It could also help with morale if you were to train some of them on your own time.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I only have so much time, but I'll get to it.
Lowering her voice a little bit. I suppose there's been no word yet.
His eyes narrow and just kind of. Does the. Like his chest doesn't move because he's not physically breathing, but kind of does that kind of motion you do when you sigh.
Like that instinctual.
Yeah, he sighs breathlessly. Yeah, that still waiting.
She'll place a hand on his shoulder. Be patient. But don't let this distract you. Not called the devil for no reason.
Yeah. I have if any messengers from Ravenloft arrive, I am to be alerted as fast as possible. So, yeah, hopefully it's soon.
To send someone at some point, I do need to meet with him before I go to rejoin the others.
Did you ever go over rejoining the others with him?
He was there when she, like when she
Oh yeah,
mentioned that.
yeah. We talked about it with Strahd. Yeah. I mean, if I mean, I probably should present myself at some point. I could accompany you there.
Sure, you want to do that? Between your duties here and
Well, I am the new Baron. All he's... I mean, you've probably got my letter by now, but it's best that I probably have some formalities. And also, I'd probably have a better chance of getting my mother back sooner.
indeed.
um, I'll say at this point, the doors would burst open dramatically as one of your house guard just kind of like walks up to the bottom of the sort of raised area of the throne and just goes, "My lord, news has arrived from Castle Ravenloft. I bear a letter from the Count."
Oh yeah,
Keeps
that's
it
right.
here.
I'd be, yeah, because he's the count. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keeps a hand on Inigo's shoulder.
All right. I have the lighting in the place just dim enough to where I can just shadow step over to the guy.
And no longer
So
on the table.
dramatic.
And then I shadow step back into place.
Yeah, he would have handed you a letter bearing the seal of Castle Ravenloft within the wax.
Speak of the devil.
Indeed.
Though,
the first
more
line of the fucking
people-
paper, and so he shall appear. No. Yeah. Dear newly anointed Baron von Schrödinger, there is some business that requires your presence at Castle Ravenloft. I humbly invite you to dine with me. Bring those that you deem necessary from your retinue.
well, looks like I have to go anyways. Hopefully this is about my mother. You kind of see him kind of a little bit anxious every time he mentions his mother. But not like because he's scared of her or whatever, but just because like he's
For her.
worried.
Yeah, she'll just gently place a hand on his arm. If Strat breaks his promise, will you trust me to get her out?
If he breaks his promise.
You're going to need allies.
If he breaks his promise, he is going to have another city to deal with.
Don't forget how easy it was for him to replace your father.
Yes. I should, at the very least, feign some compliance, even if he breaks his promise. But he would live to regret it.
She'll nod.
Was there any
Sorry.
indication of when I should be there?
Oh,
for dinner.
sorry. This evening. Yeah, you would have said
Yes.
this evening.
All right. Stark, order the horses to be readied. Me and Dorje are going to be setting off for Ravenloft.
Prepare the carriage right away, my lord. And you would watch as he just kind of like looks over to two guards like halfway across the throne room and just makes some hand signs. They nod and head out the doors.
Quickly pull Inigo aside and just slip him a small piece of paper. I did have a past life before I was Dorjen.
Well, everyone
You
here did.
mentioned your... Yes, but you mentioned your... not your... The Master of Spies. Last time we were at Ravenloft.
Yes.
Just in case he says anything. Like pushes the piece of paper in his hand. I might have a little bit of fun with it. Don't be alarmed.
Okay. Is this something I should read now or save for later?
It's entirely up to you. It's nothing more than my name.
Kind of. If this was in person, you would have seen my head just tilt like a dog confused. Yeah, he very much the same in the same manner. Inigo would do that and be like confused. I say, all right.
I too am confused.
I should probably grab some of my things before we head off.
I'll be waiting by the carriage.
Right.
And she'll go outside.
When she leaves, I'll flip open the paper.
It says Samaya.
Oh.
Ah, okay. I think I see what you're going for here.
I'll fold it up and kind of tuck it away somewhere in my room.
Alrighty.
And head out to the carriage.
All right. And as both of you board the carriage and set off to Castle Ravenloft for an evening banquet with Count von Zarovich, that is where we will call it.
Alrighty.
For the theatrics behind that, I couldn't think of another way to change out her name.
Okay.
I don't understand.
I think I get what you're going for, but I don't want to say it because it might spoil some things. So I'll ask you about it later.
Yeah, sounds good.
But
Funny if,
yeah.
as we're making our way to, I think it would be tomorrow, technically, but as we're making our way to Ravenloft, Dorje looks out the window of the carriage and just sees her father walking down the road.
Oh no!
Wait, no, he went with Elena through the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't walk along the road.
Yeah, they took a very roundabout path.
So yeah, when he does arrive, it will be from the west.
I think where did y'all end up cutting across? You cut across like south of Baba Lysaga?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, you went like this way.
Around
I think
the
you cut
lake.
over from here. Yeah. Like
Yeah, we ended up crossing like right near the yeah, right around the tree line.
I'll be right back. I really need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, and then took the road up. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. But yeah, I wanted to have a see what's been going on with them too, because it's been a little bit, and depending on how this plan of Dorje's pans out,
And if Strahd upholds his promise.
yeah, that's important too. So. But yeah, that's it. That's it. Hope y'all enjoyed yourself.